An unexplained invasion of Sargassum seaweed has been taking place on the coast of Caribbean countries in recent years. Areas affected by the seaweed invasion include Barbados, Guadeloupe, Martinique, Puerto Rico, St. Lucia, St. Martin, and even Belize. The presence of this brown algae represents not only an environmental and economic disaster, but a real threat to human health. Here in Belize, San Pedro and Placencia stay being affected by the brown macroalgae that washes up on their shores. The invasion of Sargassum is a phenomenon that is believed to be a direct result of climate change already affecting fishing and tourism sectors. But Belize seems to now have a backup plan to get rid of the Sargassum and at the same time convert it to energy. To address this urgent concern, the Prime Minister led a delegation of technical experts to Berlin, Germany, to explore modern technologies and cooperation opportunities in the fields of waste management and renewable energy. The delegation met with Varadin AG, a Hamburg-based company, to explore technological solutions for managing waste, particularly Sargassum.
There's a company in Berlin that seems to have the technology to be able to take the sargassum and to put it into a vacuum and burn it and get a biofuel. And then the biofuel can be used now for an electric plant to be able to create energy. So through SEAWEED, as the vice chairman, I was invited to meet with them and to have a discussion as to using Belize as a pilot project. So the idea is that they will come to Belize. We will be finding ways how we can collect the sargassum offshore, not onshore, offshore before it comes to the shore, and then out there to put it in bales, so squeeze out the water, and then bring it onshore to be able to process into a biofuel. The idea is that if this can work, then we can be able to replicate this. The company can replicate this in the different islands in the Caribbean.
How soon can we expect a visit to Belize?
Well, we've set a timeline. There's a memorandum of understanding that we will sign. We have not signed it yet. We're just asking the Attorney General's ministry to take a look at it, because Belize is not going to be putting up any money. It's going to be through SEAWEED, the company, through UNIDO, that's the industrial arm of the United Nations. They are going to be funding the research.
According to PM Bresenio, once the research is complete, step 2 will be to sign an agreement to sell electricity to the grid.
The idea is to be able to do it in San Pedro, close to the waste processing area that they have, so that they also believe that they can use the sargassum and also be able to use some of the garbage that the people of San Pedro are using to convert it into energy, feed electricity into San Pedro and to Kikoko. We have set a timeline of 2 years. We believe that within 2 years that can be up and running. They will be coming probably in the next month or so to start to do actually on-the-ground studies and sites and so forth. We have a start timeline. We presented it to the cabinet, and the cabinet is supportive of this initiative.
Could this see a reduction in electricity rates for those areas where this would
Well, it's not necessarily a matter of reduction for those areas. I remember when electricity rate is set nationwide. The idea is that we want to move away from diesel fuel. As it is right now, we are importing over 40% of our electricity from Mexico. So the more electricity that we can use, the less foreign currency we'll be using. And secondly, if we're starting to use more renewable sources of energy, it reduces our carbon print, and then we can be able to have more carbon credits to be able to sell and to get back as a country. But I believe that the idea is that as we move down through using that kind of renewable sources of energy, that we can eventually look at reducing the cost of electricity for the citizens of this country.
Seeking solutions to mitigate the threat of the Sargassum surge has become a top priority for the government of Belize. The excessive accumulation of sargassum on the shores contributes to coastal erosion and harms marine ecosystems. The collection and disposal of sargassum have proven to be a costly necessity for the local government of Belize's top beach destinations.